It's the 20th of March 2024 and we've arrived at our next port of call, Coquimbo in Chile. This will be our last Chilean port, although there's a lot of Chile to the north of us yet. Unfortunately, we're not going to call at any of the ports in the Atacama Desert proper, such as Antofagasta, maybe because the ship can't get in there because it's too big. The next port of call after Coquimbo is Pisco in Peru, 2,000 kilometres away, so we'll have some time at sea with that long haul. It's only 500 kilometres from San Antonio to Coquimbo, so we arrive and dock early in the morning. All the excursions are booked out, and the town centre seems a long way from where we're docked, so we opt to stay on board. Sorry about that.
Swapping cameras in Coquimbo, in Chile. So this is our last port of call in Chile. The crane's in the way of the scenic bit. It's one of the things up there that Coquimbo's famous for. It's the big giant cross. This bit here is evidently called the English Quarter, and there's a ship over there that had an oops for Umberto something or other. I'll put a subtitle in the actual video. But that point over there, God, that's pretty. Look at that. It's just tucked up in the rocks and everything. I get the impression this is sort of like a big resort and everything, but I don't think a lot of people are going to be swimming and frolicking in the surf today because it's cold. Yes, so here we are in the South Pacific Ocean, probably the latitude of Geraldton, and it's foggy and it's wet, and I can't imagine too many people are going to be going to the beach, even though this is the place famous for its beaches. Trying it again. Fishing fleet. Decent sized backgrounds. Up to the east of the other west. To the east of here there seems to be 3 quite big astronomical observatories. I think the Atacama Desert actually sort of comes down about this far. I just noticed that that ship on the other side is not the only tired ship. There's my finger. This one there.
One there.
That one there.
It's bumming down.
It doesn't look very happy. There's another one. Whoops, there. If I was really high tech, I'd be sort of putting stuff with graphics on the screen to do this, but not high tech. Yeah, so there's like a couple of sunken ships there. The one on the left, and looks like there's another one over in the background. I might have to get the big camera out and take some pictures. Weird. I didn't have any luck there, so I'm motoring off to another location. I need to keep the weight down a bit. It's quite peculiar. We're tied up at the dock, and we've got the rear thrust going, and the front thrust is going to hold this into the dock. So there must be a fair current through here. You have to require that to basically push us up against the dock.
These are the apartments along the beaches that Coquimbo is noted for. Ah, the wind, where would I be without it? Anyway, these are parked up fishing boats. The cold waters along this coast make it fish rich. I also notice these fake pirate ships. There are quite a few of them. Popular with local Chilean tourists maybe? Have no idea.
Side of town, I think it's called the
fish quarter. Doing another jerky pan as I try and sort of step out of the wind while I do this. Quite scenic with the houses stacked up on the hillside like that. Some beautiful with this point here. Now that ship there is called the Don Humberto, and it's on Google Maps, but what its story is I don't know. And across the bay there are a beautiful range of mountains in the distance. The clouds have blown off and it's actually a bit sunny today. They've got the roof over the swimming pool open. Opening the roof. It's brave it is. We're sort of warm here before and now it's freezing. See the leaf That night we set sail for Pisco in Peru and waved goodbye to Chile. I've had a great time there and I hope one day to get back. We're going to be at sea for a couple of days, so we settle into our usual haunts and watch the world go by. Well, 21st of March, though? Oh, good. No, they are not albatrosses. Day at sea, heading up to Pisco in Peru. So we've sort of finished Chile. And I think we've got a day at sea tomorrow as well, don't we? Yep. So crosswords and reading and walking on the deck time. So out there somewhere is the very large telescope in Chile. So we just have to sail right by it. I'm forced to try some new things like half-litre cans of English Strongbow Dry. Also have to keep my walkies up and fiddle with technical equipment while I do it. Shifted the receiver over to the same side as the audio port on the camera, and that's dropped it back more in line with the camera, so hopefully... Okay, doing this again. Been doing experiments with attaching the wireless go, the Rode wireless go, to the Insta360 and not have the receiver and everything show in the image. It looks like you can do it. Hopefully with this one I've done it. Up here before there was nobody here. I can't really use these footage I take with other people, but we'll do this. So this is in what Insta called me mode,
without having to do any processing. Oh look, a blue bit of sky up there, you won't be able to see it. Because it's in front of me.
Okay, some boring things about Pisco. It's located in the Atacama Desert, so it's extremely dry. But thanks to two small rivers that flow down from the mountains, one of the main industries in Pisco is actually wine growing. The town is the source of the high-proof spirit called Pisco, which is used in Pisco sour cocktails. There was also a magnitude 8 earthquake nearby in 2007 which caused building damage and loss of life. Another claim to fame is that Pisco is one of the locations where naturally mummified human remains from the pre-Columbian cultures have been found. We're actually off to the Ballestas Islands, which lie a few kilometres offshore. These are known not only for their guano production, but the bird life and seals there.
It's a very small town. So maybe you know that here the country is divided into regions. No? We have 24 regions. So sometimes the wind blows to 10 kilometers per hour, but when we have the season, it blows to 70 or 75 kilometers per hour.
So I've seen quite a collection of the world's deserts now.
Able to see
Just
more
going
than
to see
what
this
we
little
saw,
bit.
you know?
We missed Antofagasta and places like that.
So maybe you're wondering why it's so dry here if we have the ocean just right beside. No, the reason is because 500,000 visitors a year. No, so the Ica region is the second most visited area in the whole country after Cusco. No? Another activity is the agriculture, of course. We have all the big wineries in the country. No, for example, Atacama is here.
Some people are, but they're flamingos. It's just
And also you can see that the desert has different colors. In some parts it's more like yellow, in other parts it's red, and in other parts will be...
Queuing for our boat out to the islands. This looks to be very popular.
Area down this whole coast. Now, where was I just went to do a video and realised that I'd left the memory card back on the ship, so I rummaged around in the bag and I've got a spare one. So anyway, if you thought this going out to these islands is a quiet little operation, all these boats here do island tours. It must be the lifeblood of the town apart from agriculture. Tied up at the port, which is across the bay from the town. Where's the island we're going to?
Daily. Yes.
This is a geoglyph called the Candelabra. It's reputed to be very old and possibly related to the Nazca lines. Some of the excursions from Pisco were to see the Nazca lines, which I would have liked to have done, but they were all booked out. This is 180 metres tall and it's a World Heritage Site. We continue on past the headland and out to the islands. Unlike this boat, ours has the luxury of a canopy.
Yes, that's
One of several arches in the islands. It's a bit wet.
And if you look at on the top of the islands, you are going to find some seabirds, some guano birds. We have Peruvian pelicans there. We have Peruvian boobies.
Looking at the pelicans that are all the wrong colour. It's rocky.
It's the number one in guano production. No? They produce the most quantity of guano on the islands.
Penguins up there, you wouldn't think you would get penguins this close to the... That's not a penguin, that's a pelican. You wouldn't think you would get penguins this close to the equator. But there they are.
In the months of March, penguins, they change their feathers. So,
and the hands are all wet, and I'm trying to keep the camera dry. Penguins spook the wall, no? These islands are completely undermined with these arches. And I just had a right error to the card too. I don't know how many pictures I'm going to wind up with.
like maybe 20 of them together. Yeah.
As you can see, quite a few boats.
So penguins, they have one couple during the whole life, you know?
Supposedly.
Speaking of guano, which is consolidated bird poo, you can smell the islands long before you reach them.
Extraction, approximately 3,000 people come here to collect. The collection is by hand. They use shovels and picks. You know? There are many islands.
Guano
This is
is
one of the biggest ones.
This is the other side of that rock arch that we drove up to when we first got to the island. Big car I can see there.
And look,
That's another island across, and that's the sort of main guano collection infrastructure there. Really good money.
The Peruvian, right, there are two big males there, and the rest are females.
With the rocking of the boat and all the boats jostling for position, it's hard to get decent videos of anything.
Quite a few on this beach. Sorry about the rocking. Perfect. Best look I'm going to get up here. The other islands in the group out there. little bit seasick, focusing too much on the camera, and had problems with the camera. Let's have to see what we've got. Probably follow the leader on the way back to the bus. It's very, very busy. Spot. Yeah, very touristy. Just waiting for a bus. These people unloading for the time slot cruise. It's so popular.
If you want to come back, there are shuttle buses coming, no? Exactly. If you want to take a walk, maybe to see souvenirs or to have some seafood, no, there are many restaurants of seafood, you can do it, and then you come back in the shuttle.
Building going on.
We got a lost and found classes, yes.
Back around the bay to the harbour. We'll see if I can get some better shots of the flamingos, not making any promises.
Jiggling and going into focus. I'm trying to get a
So
video of the flamingos over there.
Back on the ship and we get some afternoon tea and take in the scenery.
Could I get 2 lemons, please?
2 lemones, ¿eh?
Yep. Yes, that would be nice.
Yes, lemones.
Okay, that's just where we were to get the boat over to the islands. And this one, where is it? This one going by now. Now, technically, that is not Pisco, that's Paracas. The Cerro Colorado behind it. Cerro Colorado, I think, or maybe. And that's actually Pisco up there, which we didn't get as far as. Thank you very much. Some of the cruise boats, well, some of the island boats are now coming by the ship. So if we can get some photographs of it, there's another one. There's a couple more there in the distance. This is cruising by. And there was just a seal down here, but you can't see him now.
One of the good things about parking in a working port is the man things I get to look at.
Unloading it. So they must have some scrap processing stuff here. There's a bit of an industrial area up the coast.
Our next port of call is Lima, the capital of Peru. It's only a short hop from Pisco, so we'll be there in the morning. We'll be parked in Lima for a few days as there are excursions to Cusco, the Galapagos Islands and other exotic locations from there. We're taking none of those. They are eye-wateringly expensive, so not for us. We do have a couple of excursions booked, but they're more mundane. See you in the next video and thanks for watching.